Okay, whatever. Hi everyone. It's been a fat fucking minute. Long story short, sophomore year, I broke my very fancy camera very soon after getting it, and I guess that sort of just stopped me from making videos at the end of the day. But I've still been active on Instagram and all that shit, mostly. I disappear sometimes, you know how it be. But today I'm going to be showing you guys my art, which I don't know why I've never thought about making this video before, but basically I've been doing like painting, drawing, all of that my whole life. My dad really got me into it when I was little. Kind of like how I've been like hiking, swimming, playing guitar since I could not talk. Like that's all him. He's the one who kind of influenced that in my life. And when I went to school, I was very like dumb, I guess. I didn't want to listen to anyone. I had a problem with authority from a really young age. I was not a good student. I had a reading issue. I was in special classes. Yeah. But art was like, it was really where I thrived in school, and the only classes I would really like to take. So obviously once I like got into middle school and started choosing my classes, I chose a lot of art classes and just that turned into like more practicing. I got a sketchbook and started doodling in all of my free time in school, because once I had moved into my dad's, I started becoming a really good student because my mom didn't care about my grades and my dad did. And he wanted me to get like straight A's, so I did. And I got into National Honor Society and like bunch of great stuff. I was a really good student, and I learned how to do school pretty quickly actually, faster than the other kids. So like in my free time, I would just be sitting in my sketchbook, like most of the time would be my free time, because I kind of just convinced the teachers that I knew what I was doing, finished the worksheet in 2 minutes, and then doodled for the rest of the class. I started getting more seriously into art later in my high school years, I would say. I had a really good art teacher my freshman year. His name is Mr. Harmon. And I had him 3 out of 4 years of high school. So yeah, I really geared myself towards taking art classes because I don't know, I love to learn about it. It's my favorite subject. Like, I could spend all day doing this stuff. Like, plus it's really just easy for me to do because I've been doing it my whole life. So, but yeah, let's just get into it. I opened up an art store on Etsy very recently. I decided not to go to college, even though like I live right across the street and get a certain percentage of money off. I don't have any money saved up, period. Like, I couldn't afford college. That's just like, I don't come from a rich family and I don't want to pay that off my whole life, so I figured I could just start selling art now. And like, I work at Mellow Mushroom and that's like my favorite restaurant. This is my first painting that I ever really have created with the intention to sell it. This guy is up for sale on my Etsy shop right now for $30, I think. And it's a pretty big piece. I kind of wanted to set the prices low at first because people don't really trust the product yet, you know? And I personally don't really find a lot of value in this painting because it's my first and it was kind of like not the best, I understand, so it's a little cheaper. And it looks super spooky and Scooby-Doo-y. I love Scooby-Doo and I think that the colors came out so gorgeous. So yeah, I thought I would just show you today my portfolio. There's gonna be some embarrassing stuff in here. There's gonna be some stuff that I'm really proud of because like at the end of the day I did this stuff for a grade. Um, some of it I just threw it in and got a C, you know. But some of it's really pretty and I'm really proud of it. So let's just dive right into it. Okay. I should probably show you guys what I keep this in. I think I got this from like Michael's or something. It's just a standard portfolio and it has zippers on the side that I can zip all the way down to like show you guys the inside. I'm kind of really zoomed out for this video on purpose. As you can see, a lot of the pieces in here are very big. So you open it up, and you can see like some of my senior pieces up front, and then the other side right here has some pockets with like smaller works in it. I tried to organize it by like size. I figured that would be the best way instead of like chronological order. I'm gonna try to go in chronological order if I can even remember when these pieces were done. I'm pretty sure I can though. So these are the smallest pieces in here. And now that I'm thinking about small paintings, I have this one up here. So let's start out with just regular old freshman year art class. God damn it, my fucking hair. I cut my bangs like literally 2 days ago and I really don't like them. I cut them too short, but it's whatever. So, this is what's on top. This was a print making. I don't know if I have the print in here. So, this was one of the projects we did. It was sort of just a general art class, 3D, 2D, like just whatever Mr. Harmon wanted to do, really. And this was printmaking. So what we did, we had a day where like Mr. Harmon, like he's a photography teacher too, so he has a lot of different camera equipment. He took all of our photos and took them into Photoshop, and then sort of like we traced them onto this and then carved it, put ink on it, and then put it through like a press thing. What is it called? Like a fucking printer press. Yeah, like really old school, and it came out super cool. This is one of my favorite projects from that year. And the next thing, this is a different project. This is like, it was supposed to resemble like graffiti. We would put these up around the school wherever we wanted for a while, and then we took them back down. And I kept mine because it looks super cool. It's inspired by like the Mad Hatter, and like it has like a dark side and a light side. It's just super awesome. So this would be like my graffiti tag, I guess. So this is just an abstract piece. We just basically put a bunch of these little tiny pieces of paper together and splattered a bunch of rubber cement on it, and then like, I forget how we did it. We painted it though, and these little lines of the rubber cement. And I experimented with a lot of different like watercolor patterns in there, and I think it came out pretty cool. I was gonna do purple, I think, but I think everyone else was doing purple, so I did green. That's just me. This is from a little later on, but I don't see any more freshman pieces in here. So this is from the next year. This is my painting class. This is a super teeny tiny little painting that I did inspired by the moon goddess. If you guys don't know, I'm Wiccan. My altar used to be up there. I have an altar tour on YouTube. My altar is now over there, and it actually looks super cute. I kind of want to show you guys. It's a bit of a mess, but like, I think you guys remember me saying in the video, if you did watch it, that I wanted a sitting altar. And this works perfectly for that, because I can do like my spell work down here, and then this is just like decoration for the Sabbats and whatever. And it's not really that updated because, dude, Lammas just passed, and I'm still decorated for like June. Literally, I need to get my shit together, I know. This is another painting I did that year. It says, "Greetings from Salem." We were supposed to do like a postcard, and of course I did Salem because hello. We're gonna pretend that didn't happen. And I got little jack-o'-lanterns, and this is one of the houses in Salem, but they have really cool like colonial houses, and I put one on there. I always wanted to go to Salem, so. And then I think this was actually from my senior year, but this is another smaller piece. This actually wasn't for an art class. This was for French class. We just had this like, I got pretty familiar with him over the years. There was this guy who his job was basically to go around to different high schools and talk about art colleges and art stuff. Like, I don't know. And he came to quite a few of my classes, and he even substituted for a lot of my classes. But he was a really cool dude, and I think he worked for like the Art Institute of Cincinnati, or what is it called? Art Academy of Cincinnati. They're really similar, so I get them mixed up all the time. But yeah, this is basically an idea for a mural, which was what the whole project was about. And this was mine. It got literally 2 votes. What ended up getting picked was this picture of like a unicorn. I mean, it wasn't like that well drawn. I'm not judging, but like I love unicorns too, so I get it. I just wanted to have something more like 3D if it was gonna be a mural. And there was a little sign where in the middle of like the wall, because this was like the size of the wall, you know. I cut it, there was a big paper and I cut it to the size of the space that I needed. But I figured I would just put "do not tap" on there. And yeah, it was done with, what is it called? What was it done with? Prismacolor pencils. Yeah. And I love Prismacolors. This came out so like textured and blended. I love betta fish. Like, I love drawing fish. I went through a whole phase. Yeah. Okay, honestly, I kind of even don't want to show you guys some of these, but like, I'm going to anyway. This was from my senior year. No, wait, this was from junior year, and so was that one. Sorry, I'm class of 2020, so my senior year kind of went out the fucking window. This was from junior year. Basically, let me explain, because a lot of these pieces are based off of this motif, if you will. AP Art, how it works, well, the first year, how it worked when I took it, was, it's a college level class, so College Board controls it. It's like a national thing. If you took AP Art, then you probably took the same kind of class I did. And we probably competed against each other in nationals and stuff, but... And tell me how well you did, because I don't even know how well I did. Like, I never even logged on to the website to check if I got like a 4 or 5 or whatever. Like, I just submitted my art and then moved on with my life. I basically stumbled upon a live stream of Lita. I am obsessed with the Lita Bunny, Lita Monster Bunny, Lita Muir, as she is now known. I am obsessed with her. I have been for years, and I watched this live stream where she was talking about, like, her, like, writings that she did back in the day. Like, so Lita wrote this story about this dragon that, like, didn't fit in, and Like, he didn't fit in with birds, he didn't fit in with lizards, he was just in this, like, weird in-between land, and I just thought that was so inspiring. It was actually about a little girl who, like, became best friends with the dragon, which is, like, so cool. That would have been my favorite story ever if I was little. Like, I love dragons. I love anything that has to do with fantasy, that's why I love Lita. But, you're gonna find that a lot in my art. I have a lot of fantasy shit, and yeah. I'm a little obsessed. But I basically just wanted to draw a bunch of fantasy stuff, so I came up with this motif of children's book stories, where I could draw pictures, like, from a children's book, like, in that sort of colorful, like, hand-drawn style, like, was to make a bunch of children's book, like, pictures with different, like, stories that go along with them and, like, morals, I guess. It's sort of, I take everything to, like, a whole new level, so I kind of made it a political thing, which it's my art, so fuck off, I can do whatever I want. This is a little girl holding a piggy, and the piggy's so cute, and then you look in the background and there is, American pork farms, and that is pretty obvious what the theme of that is. I am vegetarian, well, yeah, I'm vegetarian. I don't eat fish anymore. I was on and off pescatarian since I was really fucking little. Like, surprisingly little. You wouldn't even know. Like, but I became, like, committed to, like, the whole vegetarian, pescatarian lifestyle when I was in, like, 7th grade. I became vegan for a while. I've been really, like, interested in the whole thing, and I'm really passionate about it, so I just think that this piece, like, really talks about, like, the conflicting morals that people have. Like, you can't love an animal and support an industry that kills them. Like, you just can't do it. Like, you're literally directly buying the dead animal and supporting the industry. Like, there's no way around it. And I'm not here to start shit. I'm, like, completely fine with everyone's dietary opinions and whatever. But it's healthy for me, and I like it. And it gets a lot of guilt off my conscience. So this next one is about teamwork, and it's a bunch of little fairies. I had to, like, force myself to learn how to draw trees this year, and once I did, I really liked drawing trees. Like, I drew it so much, I kind of went overboard with, like, the trees and greenery. The next few are a little fucking, yeah. But this one's really cute. It's got, like, a little fairy, like, taking some bandages up to fix this branch. Ah, it's so cute. This one I just kind of crapped out for a grade. It's about family, and it's like some deers, because when I think of family, I think of, like, deer. I don't know why. Maybe because of Bambi. But yeah, I sort of went for, like, definitely more abstract. There is no horizon line, which, it's still cute. I don't care. I don't even think I ended up submitting that one. I think I ended up choosing this one to submit instead, which is crazy, because this is, like, the worst thing I've ever drawn in my fucking life, I feel like. Like, okay, looking at it through the camera, it's not that bad, but, like, in person, like, what is that? This is supposed to be about, like, mothering and, like, sort of, like, family too, but more of, like, a mothering, you know? Okay. And then this one, like, yeah, it, like, comes in 3 pieces, but it's a girl with a disability, and she's, like, standing really proud. And that's pretty much just about being proud of who you are and embracing your individuality. And that is all of the small pieces after 30 minutes of filming. Oh my god, freshman year! Let me just, like, hold a bunch of these up at once. Like, these were just things that I did in my free time. Like, we were required to, like, draw in our sketchbooks, so, like, that was easy for me. Like, and this is what I did with that. First, let's show you this sort of still life. This was when I first started doing still lifes. Fuck. This lighting is, like, not it, you know? Fuck. I can't really do anything about that, though. But, yeah. It's super, like, gray, though, and, like, I really didn't push the darks at all in most of these. In a lot of these earlier sketchbook works, I really didn't push my darks. And this is, like, a fairy, and on the back is, like, another still life. I don't own any of these things either, but, there's another pumpkin. You can see my obsessions coming through. This was another thing I did freshman year. I really liked this girl's, like, tattoos and stuff, so I did this drawing of her. It's inspired on a real photo. If I can find it, I'll put it up on the screen over my face, but if not, then hi. Who is it? It's called Kitty Kitty Kitty. I think her name was, like, Kitty something. I don't know. It was her username. That's why it's called Kitty Kitty Kitty. This is a self-portrait that I did when I was applying to, where was it? Artwork Cincinnati, which is, like, they put up ads around my high school, like, wanna make money from, like, painting stuff? And I'm like, yes. So I applied and I didn't get in, but yeah, there's this self-portrait that I submitted. I literally did this in, like, less than a night, like an hour. A lot of these, like, you can tell I did them, like, really quickly. Pencil sketches, like, yeah, they go by real quick. This is just, like, nothing really that cool, but it's Lotus Butte's mandala. It says Lotus Butte down there, but you probably can't read it. A lot of these are torn out of my old sketchbook because I just wanted them to be my portfolio. This is a project we did. It was supposed to be like a Zentangle sort of thing where you, like, doodle, like, abstract stuff into, like, an animal. So, like, the project was called Zentanimals. And immediately my Wiccan ass thinks of a starfish. I can make a mandala inside of a starfish. And yeah, I did. And not only is it a mandala inside of a starfish, these actually represent each of the elements. This one is spirit, this one is earth, I think. No, this one's air, this one's water, this one's fire, and this one is earth, I think. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm very, very passionate about my religion, obviously. This is something I did in 8th grade, actually. I was really into ghost towns, so I, like, redrew their album. But this is, like, a completely different, like, if you put it side by side, like, this is a completely different, like, drawing almost. Like, I didn't trace it, like, I just kind of studied it, I guess. And it kind of did really help me, like, to, like, visualize, like, textures and stuff. Like, yeah, that's from Alistair Dipner, though. That's the original artist. Oh my god, this one, it's bleeding through. Like, it's a ukulele on a penny board. Yeah, I might as well just throw this one away. I'm throwing it away. This one I did my freshman year. Very, very light grayscale. But it's this sort of alien-looking figure that I just drew, and then drew a gun to its head. I don't know what it means. This is a still life that I did of, do I have it? It's in my closet because it's not Halloween yet, but I drew this around Halloween when I purchased this. It's like a cool little haunted house, like it's about this big, like, yeah. This is another still life. Can't have too many still lives in your portfolio, you know. And then on the other side, we've got a portrait, you know. That's just what happened in my sketchbook. This is one of, like, the first things I actually spent a lot of time on. It's like this machine that's pumping out smoke in the background. Oh, it's a weather machine. It says weather right there. You guys literally can't tell though because it's so light. There's actually a lot of detail in here though. It was darker, okay? A lot of these sketchbooks pieces were darker, but they kind of faded over time. This is another like still life of things that I never owned, but it's a candle, like a tall candle and a vase of like holy water, or unholy water I guess, because there's little ghosties coming out of it. Oh, did you see the little ghosties actually? They're really cute. This was the sketch for that, that I showed you earlier. And then this is called, what is it called? Where's the name? Endangered. It's a mermaid that's like tied at the bottom of the sea. And she's got, that's just like a wet stain, like, oh, don't look at my nail. That's just like a stain, but she's got like tape on her mouth and stuff. This is from the same year that I took painting, my sophomore year. I don't think I have a paper to go behind it, but you can still see it. It's like a distorted self-portrait, and that is a collar that I had long ago. Okay. I think that's from the first 2 years of high school in this. This is from my 3rd year of high school, junior year. That painting class, the teacher didn't teach us shit, she just gave us projects. But most of mine still came out pretty decent. Luckily she retired the next year, so I didn't have to take her for VPA. This is a study, like, we had to trace, like, a grid and, like, copy a famous, what is this one called? It is, oh yeah, it says it on the back. Young Woman on the Beach by Edvard Munch. I figured it looked pretty sick. And this is actually, like, it took me so long to do this, like, it took me so long to get it to, because he did it in pencil. Like, how the fuck am I gonna paint a replica? Yeah. This is another painting I did that year. It could probably use a little bit more detail in, like, the mouth, but I handed it in and called it quits. This is a real photo of me from, where did I go? It was from Germany. It was the, not the Auschwitz. No, fuck. That's so bad. It was the Zugspitze, but we did also go to a concentration camp, and the vlog is on this channel. Actually, I think I might have a vlog of the Zugspitze on this channel too. So, yeah. It's been a long time since I've been here, but I have content here still. Yeah, this is just me. This is another self-portrait. I don't know why my teachers required us to do so many self-portraits, but in like so many different like ways. Like they were just like, upload a selfie and copy it onto a painting. That's basically what this teacher did half the time. This one, yeah, we're gonna ignore her. I do like what I did with the black and whiteness in my blue hair though. This one is super cool, dude. This is a black canvas painting, and I think I might sell this because this is really good. Like, I really love this piece. I want to do more black canvas paintings since, I mean, half the time I'm doing galaxy stuff anyway, so it needs to be black in the back anyway. But this is super cool. It's called Forest of No Branches, and yeah, it's this spooky little witch girl. This is from that same sort of motif that you saw earlier. It's about community, and it's about the beehive. It's a little empty because I probably should have taken like the beehive to like be at least this big, but it's okay. It looks cute. And this one is like about not trusting what you see. By the way, all of the junior year like child storybook photos were done in Prismacolor colored pencils. So yeah, there's a little sailboat in the background, like coming towards this siren, because it's got this like sexy tail, but they can't like notice this, right? Like they don't even see, but you can see that like she's an ugly bitch, you know? Just don't trust what you see. She's a monster. Oh my god. I did a portrait of my boyfriend at the time, Austin, and this is it. It was titled, literally, it was titled Our Anniversary Present. Yeah. It's still a really fucking cool piece, though, and I'm not gonna throw it away. And shit, I dyed his hair anyway. I'm the one who made him look cool. Oh shit, actually, I have the same hair color now. No shade to him, but this is another one from the same year. This one was done my junior year too, but it was from the breadth portion of the year where we did like more experimental stuff. And we're gonna get into that like right after this piece. I should probably like rearrange it a little bit, because this is like, I think the last piece. No, it's not, because I still remember a few others. But it's about like following your dreams and like, yeah, I always dreamed of like being Hannah Montana, pretty much. So this is like little me. And then you've already seen this from the breadth. This is another one from breadth. Where's the other one? There's one that goes with this, I think. It's like a self-portrait, but yeah, this one's like a still life. And this, the project was to pick a song and like draw what it sounds like, basically. Like that was the whole basis of it, and this is what I came up with. I was inspired by like balance and sigils, and like honestly I think mine came out a little bit cooler than everyone else's. Not everyone's, because there are some like really cool interpretations, but like I feel like I took like a completely different approach. Like it's still abstract, but like it's almost like geometric abstract, like you know? I was drawing a lot of sigils, like, in my sketchbook and shit, so, yeah, this just came out. And I think it's super fucking pretty. Might sell that one too, actually. That would probably look good in someone's bedroom. And this is like a dictionary photo where we had to like find like, what was it? We had to find 2 words on the same page and make a drawing that has to do with both of them. So I drew a hanging hummingbird. And yeah, we drew like some shadows in the background because like it was really empty, but I really kind of regret doing that. I kind of wish it was just a simpler piece. This was another thing we did for that year. It was supposed to be like for foreshadowing. Not foreshadowing, foreshortening. Because you can see the hand is super close up and this is super far away. So, yeah. I actually had to like go into Dunham's or whatever and like ask them if I could take a picture with one of their bows. And they looked at me like I was a weird motherfucker, but they let me. This is the self-portrait that I was looking for that went with the clock, so I'm gonna put it with it now. And this is... Oh, that! Sorry. This is, my friend Maya. I haven't seen her since, but, I think she wanted to become, like, an art teacher, so she went on to college. She graduated the year before me, but we both took AP Art together. It was, like, a junior and senior class, and yeah, it's super cool. That is all from that section. Let's put it back now. So now we're moving on to, I think this is the final section, or at least one of the 2 final sections, which is the 3rd biggest section, I think. So I'm going to attempt to kind of go in chronological order here like I did with all the other ones. Can I find anything from painting? Oh shit! Oh wait, no. Let's find painting first. So, this is from painting my sophomore year. This is, like, it's transparent. It's done on, like really cool paper, special paper. It's like a Japanese style sumi art, I think. Yeah. And this is one of the ones that I kept. I think I kept a few, actually. But, yeah, super cute. Sumi art. And then this one is from the same year. It's a giant watercolor painting. And it's a self-portrait. You might recognize this from my Instagram or my outro, actually. This was the same year that I took those photos. I actually took them for this class and just ended up using them for my Instagram too. This is a hallway that I drew. That's actually my art teacher's classroom. I actually specifically wanted to draw his door so I can always sort of remember, like, what it felt like to be, like, in his corner of the school. Like, it was so cool, because I always had my locker there, like, yeah. Yeah. So, this is, like, we blew it with straws, basically. It's watercolor, and we, like, took straws and made it stringy, like, blew the color. Yeah. And it's, like, a Japanese cherry blossom tree. This is something I did for my boyfriend at the time that you may also recognize from this channel. Yeah, trash. This is a giant portrait that I did, but unfortunately, like, I just couldn't, I went too dark on the cheeks and just couldn't erase it. So, like, yeah, there it is. This is a really big piece I did freshman year. Fuck. I actually never got done with it. Maybe I should finish it. But yeah, it's a little fairy, supposed to be. I never drew the wings. It's a fairy, and then she falls down. Well, a human at first. She starts off as a human, and then she's chasing a butterfly, and she falls down, and turns into a fairy, grows wings, and flies away. And it's supposed to be, like, a metaphor for life, because I never even drew the butterfly. She just falls down. You can tell she's, like, reaching for something and then flying away. I just didn't draw the details. But the butterfly was supposed to represent, like, happiness. Well, actually, I forgot another detail to the story. Okay, so at first it's a caterpillar, like, floating on a leaf, and then when she falls, it turns into a butterfly. So that basically is supposed to mean, like, we think we know what happiness is, and we're chasing after it, like, our whole lives. And then we die, we fall down, and then we can get back up, we can fly, and then we can see, like, happiness transforms, like, we can see what it truly is, you know? So the rest of this looks like my senior year stuff, so let's go ahead into junior year. I think this is one of the only pieces I have from junior year. No! Because junior year was APR, I keep forgetting. Okay. This was one of the breadth pieces that, was basically, like, we were supposed to draw, like, a cartoon character, and, like, this is basically supposed to be the god, the goddess, and the baby, which is Earth. Here's the rest of the stuff from junior year. This was another breadth piece. It's a pumpkin spilling out a bunch of candy, and then this, project was called, like, abstraction or something, like, gradual abstraction or something. Anywho, I wanted it to have a lot of movement, and so it, like, you can see up close the detail. It goes from, like, being super defined to, like, in this little, like, square down here. It gets, like, blurrier, and then to the point where it's, like, completely abstract over here. That's the point of it. Obviously, I love Halloween, so that's why I drew it. Another breadth piece. This was our, like, what was it? It was our graphic design project. And we basically had to create a company and a bunch of mock-ups. So I created this little witch store persona, like Agatha's Potions and Poisons. And it's supposed to be like a mythical little witch store, kind of inspired by, like, Shrek in a way, because, like, you know how, like, they have, like, a fairy godmother who has, like, this giant, like, fucking mansion full of potions or something? Yeah, that's what that was inspired after. Okay, this is another one from my concentration or motif piece. It's basically about courage. It's this knight in shining armor facing an ogre. This is actually, these 5 pieces or whatever are 4, I guess, pieces are the ones that I actually sent in to be reviewed by the college board. So this one is about, like, unlikely friendships. It's like a little worm creature, friends with a big giant fuzzy thing, bear or whatever. I don't know what it is. So this is the one I was talking about, inspired by Lita. So I really, like, if Lita ever sees this, I hope she does, because this is inspired by her. This dragon is, like, hiding behind a rock, and there's birds over here and lizards over here. And it's just, like, all sad. and it doesn't have any friends. And it's about like fitting in and like being different. This was another one from concentration. It is basically about imagination. So this is actually, surprise, surprise, not done on actual notebook paper. I drew it like that onto a blank piece of paper. And it's supposed to be like how I visualize on the paper, like what's gonna happen. That's what this is supposed to be. Like, that's why it's all like curvy around the edges. Like, it's supposed to be like floating on top of the paper, kinda. And yeah, it's this little wisteria girl, like, super cute. This is a piece I did in breadth, and I don't even remember. I just kind of did it. I don't remember like what the requirements were for that project. So this is my senior year big stuff. This I did not even that long ago, like senior year, like on class of 2020, that was like not that long ago. But this is like a distorted self-portrait. I love doing distorted self-portraits, like they just come out so cool. Because I always make like the same sort of face, as you can see. Like, I usually point my eyebrows upward when I'm doing a self-portrait because like it just looks so much cooler when I draw it, I feel like. This piece is still not finished because fucking COVID came along and I just didn't go back to school. So this is basically, oh shit. So now I have to explain to you like the motif of like my senior year. I only have a couple pieces from it because we weren't even in school for that long and I didn't finish the year pretty much. I graduated, but I didn't finish the year. Like, this piece is about like duality, and the theme of the year was, what did I choose? Oh yeah, I wanted to draw monsters, so I figured I could like personify fears. So like, I've seen it done by like a couple different people like on the internet and stuff, but like I took it a kind of different way. This one's about like duality and like being beside yourself, quote unquote. Like, this guy is like a little funny guy. He's got a hat on and he's cracking jokes. Let me read some of the jokes that I picked out actually. I'm not gonna read this side because it's all like depressing stuff, but I'll read the jokes. I hate Russian dolls. They're so full of themselves. I told my wife she drew her eyebrows too high. She seemed surprised. Scarecrows are great in their field, but hey, it's in their genes. I never even noticed how many puns that one had. Velcro, what a ripoff. Tried to figure out where the sun was, then it dawned on me. Yeah, I wanted to do a bunch of dad jokes on this side. I never got finished, but it still came out looking real fucking cool. I took a drawing class as well as APR as well as VPA my senior year, so I have a lot of senior year artwork. This one, I remember I submitted this for both like drawing and APR. This was like with my other motif of like the monsters. This girl is supposed to be like so vain that she's dying. Like, that's basically supposed to be like what it is. Like, she's like so obsessed with looking perfect that she's like killing herself, pretty much. And she's got like that fancy grand piano in the background and like this like tattered dress. Like, she's just falling apart, you know. This is another one. We didn't do like breadth in my senior year in APR because I took APR both years, because it used to alternate between 2D and 3D, and then senior year they just changed the whole game. But this was from like the short period of breadth that we had. This is like basically the fear is supposed to be of car crashes and like losing control. And it came out pretty cool. This is from drawing. It is basically like a metamorphosis kind of piece or whatever. I forgot what the name is. But it's supposed to like morph into something else. It was a project for drawing. So it's like a match that turns into a witch burning at the stake. Okay, and then this one is another project. I don't even want to show this one. I really want to throw it away. It's a girl diving into a lake, but like it's really unproportionate and bad. Yet another project that I did senior year for drawing. This is like, we had to like draw a bunch, we had this list or something, and it had a bunch of different shapes on it, and we had to like roll a dice, and that determined what we had to draw, but we could choose where. And I got lucky, and I got like 3 of the same shapes, so I kind of did a symmetric pattern, and then all the random ones like that aren't symmetric. This one is just a dragonfly on a purple finger. I don't know, I'm gonna stop explaining everything. This was something we did to like push our darks, which actually really helped. This took forever to fill this paper though. Like, girl, you can see like how much like pressure I put on the paper. And this was like a contrast project. I drew these little spooky ghosts. And this is a piece I did for, actually it was for AP Art. It was acrophobia. Acrophobia. Yeah, it's acrophobia. It is like the fear of heights, and like that's why her legs like are melting, and like she's all like limp, I guess, because like that's what I've heard a lot of people who are afraid of heights say, is like their body just kind of feels like it's like going like limp almost and like melting. And this is another piece I did. It's the fear of, I didn't write it on here, but it is the fear of like sleep. I forgot what it's called, but it's the fear of sleep. And like it's this guy who like refuses to sleep even after death. And like also it's like, it was supposed to be like a surrealist piece, because I worked on this for a really long time, so I kind of made it fit a lot of different projects. But yeah, it's super cool. So this is a piece that I never got finished from my senior year. It's the fear of like the deep water. The horizon line's right here, you just kind of can't see it, I guess. But yeah, I really, like I said, I didn't get finished with it, so this is really just a sketch. But it looks super cool. I might like finish it and sell it. This is a piece that I did inspired by like the fear of robots. There it is. It's supposed to go like that, and it's inspired by the fear of robots. It's like this robot baby that's like inside of its mother. I just feel like that's the creepiest thing ever. This piece, I'm literally so embarrassed of it that I'm painting over it and going to sell the canvas. Like, it's upside down. Okay, it's not that bad. It was like better than like other people in the class, but like, what is that texture? Like, what is that? Actually, this might just generally be from my junior year. Yeah, here's the other framed one. This was the last of the 5 that I sent in to be reviewed. This is one of my favorite pieces that I've ever done. Like, this girl that I was tracing was like wearing a ponytail, so I had to kind of guess where her head was. So it kind of ended up looking alien, but I ran with it, and it looks super dynamic and cool. Like, I fucks with it. Okay, so this is something we did in painting. It's supposed to be like something like to where you can like feel the texture and see the texture. Like, this is textured, all that. And it is some plant that I can't remember the name of. Yeah, I'm lost. I don't remember. This was like the sketch about Lita's painting. I mean, not painting, drawing that I did for Lita. That was the sketchbook that I submitted along with the other work. So I did a lot of those Sumi pieces, like this is basically just practice. I can throw this away. I was not very good at drawing flowers, but they kind of look like flowers. I don't even know what I was doing. Like, this came out so weird. This came out just so weird. And like, flower-ish, bouquet-ish, you know? Hallelujah! We are done with everything. Oh my gosh. That was my entire high school career in one video. And it took over an hour to film. I really tried to go fast. I really tried to like push through it. I hope you guys enjoyed it though. I put a lot of time into my artwork, and I'm really excited to be able to like sell it. The link to my art store will be in the description, as well as on my Instagrams as usual. And my art store actually does have an Instagram that I run. It's just called Kaela's Colors, just like the shop name. Don't forget about this guy, who is for sale if you like Scooby-Doo.